Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing in the big wide world? What's up, everybody? We're going to be playing a few of my favorite games from GamesPlusJam 2, which was finished. The voting finished. Oh, the champ is here. Locke is here. Hello. Who's in chat? Nindstorm is here. Lacko the commenter. Hello, everybody. Welcome along to the show. Yeah, we're going to play a couple of my favorite games, and we're going to talk about the results of the jam in general. It finished last Friday. The voting did, and it was a whole bunch of fun. I'm so happy with all the games that everyone made. There were so many cool games made during this jam, and I'm so happy. Amno Productions, hello. Pamela, hello. We got a rumble going. Quick, everybody, type !rumble and join in, and we'll see who will become the first champion of today's stream, the ultimate rumble master of our little dudes walking around in the bottom of the screen there. So yeah, I'm going to talk about some of the results of the jam, and then I'll go through and play some of my favorites. So as I mentioned in the description of the jam and in general, the game voted by the community as the #1 game will get a copy of all of my Udemy courses to do whatever they want. Obviously, if they want to use them themselves or give them to someone else, that's fine. Oh, rip stream. Uh-oh. Is the stream ripped? Hopefully it'll come back in a second. Douglas, hello. So yeah, as I was saying, if the stream's still going, I don't know, but I'm recording this also to go up on YouTube later. So yeah, the game voted by the community as the best will get a copy of all my courses on Udemy to do whatever they want. If they want to use those codes for themselves or give them to someone else, it's up to them. But also, my #1 favorite game will also get a copy of all of my Udemy courses, and I have a bunch of other kind of favorite games as well, and they can have a course of their choice. Basically, I'm going to message everybody a little bit later to give them the details. Because you know what? Everyone made some fantastic games. There were some really cool game entries in this jam, and it's been a whole bunch of fun. Let's just quickly talk through. Chassis, hello. We'll quickly talk through the results of the community voting. So I was really happy to see the amount of people who voted. We had like 683 votes. So I thought that was pretty good. And the games that got voted high were some of my favorite games also. There's a couple of different ones that I liked as well that weren't necessarily voted for in the stream or by the community even. And we're going to cover a few of those soon, but that's okay. So the #1 highest ranked game was Cyberswap by Tazo4316. As I said, they'll get a copy of all my Udemy courses, but that game was fantastic. And if that wasn't voted #1 by the community, it would be getting #1 from me personally also, because it was fantastic. Like, that was a very, very well made game. I played a bit of it on the stream after the jam ended last week. Or sorry, nearly not last Friday, but the Friday before that. And it was really good. I got stuck on level 12, and apparently there's an updated version with level 12 fixed, so we might try and get to that. See if we can do that in a little bit. A few other games. Heroes Path was really good. Space Rodeo. Dead Valet Driver. I might be a bit biased, but I thought that was really good. We have Europa, Growl, a bunch of other things. You can go and check these out yourself, of course, obviously. I'll just pop the link in chat if anyone wants to go and browse through the results if they haven't seen them yet. But so Cyberswap was overall the best, but what about all the different categories? What games did well in all the different categories? It was interesting to see. So if we just go back to the overall for a second, you can see this game, Cyberswap, obviously did pretty well in all the categories. Because it was the top ranked game, but there's a few games that did well in like a couple of categories and not so well in others, but that's fine. So if we go to gameplay, so again, number 1 is Cyberswap, and then Hero's Path and Realm of the Dead. It's interesting to see the variance in these as we go through. So if we go to innovation, Cyberswap again is number 1, but Space Rodeo was number 2. Space Rodeo was a very innovative game. I thought that was pretty cool. And Space Manager, again, that was a good take and a new kind of take on doing stuff. So obviously innovation being, hey, this isn't just the same old game, this is pretty cool. Theme use, go to here. So Growl scored highly on here. Then we have Personal Space Invaders and Space Needs Space. So I personally feel like I didn't do a good job of describing how we should vote for theme use. I feel like theme use should be, hey, did this person do an interesting thing with the theme? So I think Space Rodeo did. It took a standard thing of Rodeo and put it in space, and that made a twist on the game. Space Needs Space, that was kind of good, but I don't think it was the greatest theme use simply because it's just setting it in space. You know what I mean? Personal Space, I thought that was really good use. Because again, it's although it is also set in a space kind of environment, the game is about personal space, which I thought was good. Growl, again, that was a really cool game, but it was more the space kind of environment it was set in, which isn't necessarily the most interesting use of the theme, I feel personally. But obviously, I'm in the minority on that because the community voted it number 1. So, you know, hey, that's why we have a cool community, right? So then in technical, you came 45th, Ando. Lacko, I'll talk about Ooblets in a little bit. I'll just finish going through these. So yeah, in technical, Hero's Path, that absolutely makes sense because it was a very, very technical game. I think that was totally makes sense to be here number 1. Cyberswap is second, and then Death Valley Driver is third. That's fine. StarLink Uprising, I would agree, also should be high in the technical thing because you're making custom ships and stuff like that. It's pretty good. Mindstorm became 57. It kills me. No, don't be worried about your ranking. The ranking is only fun at the end of the day. It's not really something important. What's most important is that you actually submitted a game. There were, it doesn't say it here, but there was 226, I think, people who joined the jam, and of that, only just under 60 people managed to actually make a game. So if you made a game at all, you're already immediately a winner for just making something cool, you know? Rona. Oh yes, Growl. We were just talking about Growl. The community decided your game was the best. That's why we have a cool community. In graphics, then, I'm Not Lost. That was really cool by Tadas, and they used graphics from an Instagram artist, I think, that they talked to. It's really cool. That was a really good idea. It works really well, and that was a very cool looking game. Cyberswap was really cool. It had a cool graphical style. Realm of Zed has a cool graphical style too, and Europa. There was a lot of cool looking games, I have to say, as we go down the list. Lots of cool stuff. And then finally, audio. Realm of Zed used audio very well. Somehow Death Valley Driver is there, but you know, that's okay. Hero's Path had cool music in it as well. Again, Cyberswap did well in this because Cyberswap did well in a lot of things. Yeah, Locke, that comment was specifically sent for you. Nindstorm, an amazing idea, but had very little time, and it really annoys me. That's okay though, Nindstorm. That happens, you know. Not everyone has time. Crass, what is up, Crass? That James is serious. I'm very rarely too serious, Ando. I'll be honest with you. Okay, so let's go back to. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. Results. So, I'm pretty happy with how they all went. As I said, I'm going to go through some of my favorites now. So, but before I go through all the various different ones I have, or some of my favorites, I will talk about what my overall winning game choice. Since I can't pick Cyberswap because that was voted number 1 by the community, that would be my number 1. But equally number 1 of my choice is this game, The Realm of the Dead, which was really cool. I had a really cool style. We're going to jump in and play a little bit of it in a minute, but it had a really cool style, a really cool kind of atmosphere to it, and it had a nice, interesting gameplay mechanic. And you can see that's reflected in how it did in the rankings here. You can see 1, 3, 3, 5 and stuff like that. But then it's down at number 58 for team use because they didn't really use the team very well. As they say in the description, they had an idea of how they wanted to incorporate the team, but they ran out of time trying to do it. But that's okay. Like, it, even though they didn't necessarily incorporate the team super well, the fact that the game played so well and it had a really nice atmosphere and everything, it actually made it my favorite of the jam. So when I get a chance, I'm going to contact someone and give them all my Udemy courses as congratulations for doing so well. Crass, I am doing great. We're having a good little time here. We're going to play some games now in a minute and be cool. Just a real life Truman Show. Such hardships, Locke, such hardships. So inconsiderate. What was the game with the lowest ranking for educational purposes? I mean, that's not what we're here to do, Ryok. You can go and check it out yourself, but I'm not here to, like, make fun of anyone or anything like that. But yeah, so let's jump into Realm of the Dead. So this is, I'll play a little bit of it and we'll talk about why it is my favorite entry. Realm of the Dead. Let's stop this music. Jam was super cool and all the games were so different. They really were, Crass. And I really appreciated your game. Your game was cool, even if the camera maybe a little bit motion sick. But you know what? Cameras are actually the worst thing in the world to use. I forgot I can use a controller for this, so I'm going to do that. Get my controller. Here we go. So the controls feel really good for this. You can jump, you can fire these little arrows, and what I thought was interesting is if I go behind a wall, we can shoot an arrow in a wall and we can stand on the arrow, which I think is a really cool mechanic. And then you press a button and it sucks them back into you. Isn't that cool? It's a cool little idea. Shoot these arrows, boom, boom, nice and simple. We climb up. But listen how simple this is. You can hear the sound of the snow in the background. Oh, goes out of it. Here we go. I clicked on something off screen and it went away. Camera was so janky, Crass. It was janky, but in the most fun way. We go down here and we fall down into the realm of the dead. Dun dun dun. Like the Titan Souls arrow mechanic? Yeah, yeah. So once we fall down here, just some cool atmospheric music. I just like the vibe of this whole game. I like the animation of the character. Got a cool, nice looking double jump. It feels really satisfying to shoot your weapon around and shoot the arrows on the wall. They make a nice, good, solid sound, and just being able to jump around in them feels really good too. Boom! And we hit these little things. Unlock doors. Guy. Ooh. Arrow fell to the ground. It wouldn't be a Game Jam game without a couple of little tiny bugs, you know? Guy. I need to get 2 of these light bulbs to continue on. Oh no. Get some feedback and learn what not to do. Okay, I will take a look at that. Whoever finished last in a second. And we'll talk about what happened there. Because you know what, Ryuk? I think that makes sense. Unless, sneakily, is it you who finished last, Ryuk? And now you're just fishing for compliments? Okay, so now I got 2 of those, so I need to go back and get the thing. So it's nice, simple, like, light little puzzle solving, platforming mechanics. But it's good. It's just good. It feels good. Like if I could make a game like this myself in a game jam, I would be perfectly happy. There's not much in this that I wouldn't. The things wrong with this are only things that you'll say, oh, well, if you had more time to do it. But, you know, not everybody has time, you know? Like a game jam, you run out of time, you know? So this is a cool little thing here. These purple bits, your arrows cannot stick into. So it's a good little adaptation of the concept, or a new twist on the concept. Oh, can I stand on that? Just about. So there was another example of something that, you can see when I fire my arrow, it spawns in the middle of the wall. Look, that one spawned really far in. It should almost be that the arrow there, so the arrow should kind of spawn in your body more so, even though it makes sense to spawn in front of you for the purposes of like hitting against the wall. You maybe want it to spawn like, look, that one went through the wall. You know, but again, bugs for game jams, these things happen. You didn't enter this time, but I will and would like to learn myself. Well, that's fair enough, Ryok. Community jam that comes out at the end of the month, I'm going to binge on it. Yeah, Nine Storm. That looks like a cool jam. What was the other jam this weekend just gone? Was GMTK jam, which was, I think there was like nearly 3,000 games submitted and 7,000 people in it or something like that. Something crazy. Oh. Anyway, I'm not going to play through this whole game. That's not what we're doing here. We're not playing through all these games. We're just having a quick little chat about them and seeing what's going on. Oh, I hit escape and nothing's happening. Just before our way out of this, maybe? Uh-oh. There we go. It closed eventually. Did it fix a bit after him? Yeah, there's a few fixes in the games I'm going to play here. There's a few kind of updated versions which we're going to play. That's okay. So as we were just saying there, or Ryok was just saying, let's see what was not the worst game, but the lowest ranked game. To discuss what they could have improved. I actually don't know what this is. I haven't gone to check this. Interstellar Playground. Which game was mine myself? Oh. Well, I couldn't play this game. Yes. So this is a user who had a problem with, it was a Java file and people were having problems running it even. So I know I had a problem running it. I viewed some images, did they update it? They didn't mention it. I don't know. So I'm not sure that they updated it. So the problem there is make sure your game runs for everybody. That was unfortunately one I couldn't play, and also this game Invaders was also one I couldn't play it. It didn't work for me. If I go to their page, was it that it didn't work for me? Oh, that's why it didn't work for me, because it's on Apple. It was only built for Macs, so unfortunately I couldn't play it. I did mention that in the description that it had to be Windows based if you wanted me to play it, but that's okay. So then the actual game that was lowest down, Project Spaceball by Storm. Let's look at that one. I do remember, I believe, what this is. Go and find it. Project Spaceball. What's up, Hancock? The lowest playable game. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So obviously what we've got here is just a basic kind of Unity capsule as the player character. There's a ball over there. This is meant to be a sports game. I know that. There's a goal at either end. So obviously you kind of assume that, hey, we've got to get this ball here into that goal. So I can float up. Can I go back down? I can. I can go back down and up, move around, and that's all fine. But oh, there's a face on the back of this. Interesting. I didn't realize that. Did that reset me? It did. Okay. Am I getting a point for running myself into this? So this is my main criticism with this. Is it's very hard to understand what's going on. And this ball, I do not know how to interact with this ball. I can't push it. There doesn't seem to be a button that will pick it up. I think I've got some kind of like stick. So you can see there's something Oop, things falling over beside me. I think there's something sitting at the front of me, but it's really hard to even see what that is because it turns away from me when I turn, which is fine. Obviously, the person making this didn't have time to. Oh, that was you, Nine Storm. Yes, I thought it was you. Sorry, I was meant to say something. Control, is it? Oh my god. I would have sworn I pressed every button. Oh my god. See, that okay. So now I can go and I can. Oh, what am I? I'm not pressing any buttons here, but I'm moving around. I don't really know what's going on there. I feel like my controls have somehow gotten messed up. My player model, I think, is a little bit messed away. But anyway, that's just a bug. That doesn't really matter. It reloads the scene. Okay, yeah. So, obviously, I understand you didn't have time to finish it. That's what I would have assumed. That was immediately my first thought when I played this game. But like the only thing that I can give feedback on then is probably things that you already know. Like, for example, like having the whole game is a bug. Just having more information about how to do stuff. Even just having in the description of the game on itch, just having that little thing of, hey, use these controls to move, press control to grab the ball, WASD to move around, space to go up, shift to go down, etc. Look at me slowly drifting away through space. Are there any other games that didn't use Unity? There are, Lacko. There are a few games that used different things, a few Game Maker games, and a few other cool games too. But yeah, as I'm saying, Night Storm, I'm sure most of the stuff you know yourself, like having some feedback in the game when you score a point, having a score tracker on the screen or whatever. All these things will be handy and useful, but you ran out of time, That's the problem. Low-ranking games had game design problems that need to be worked on. Well, the thing is, with this, for example, Ryuk, it's hard to even know where the game design problems are because, unfortunately, there just wasn't enough time put into the game. Like, I understand, Nine Storm, you didn't have enough time. That's perfectly fine. After the jam, I used the menu tutorial you made. Oh, okay, fair enough. That's funny. Flipping out in the distance now. We won't be able to see our little playground for much longer. Bye-bye. What was I saying? Yeah, so it's hard to criticize any game design or anything just because there's just wasn't enough time to be able to get it done properly. I can't even get out of the game. There we go. I don't want to spend too much time going through the bottom games like this, but Space Classics, I'm actually surprised is so low. That was a bunch of different kind of space games, which, to my mind, I quite enjoyed that one. I wouldn't personally have ranked it so low, but hey, that's why I'm not in charge of voting. This is why we have a community vote, because everyone has their own opinions. Valet Parking Sim was my favorite. Oh, really, Ando? I mean, there was another valet parking game too, I actually needed a drink of water then when I coughed. You break out of the skybox? I don't know. I had no idea with the UI system. That's perfectly fine, Nine Storm. There's nothing wrong with that. Things happen. This is how you learn. Honestly, like, not getting something done is a really great learning experience because then you go, oh, I overestimated how much time I would need for all this stuff. Next time I'll know, hey, spend less time on such and such a system. So let's move on to playing another game. I also want to talk about kind of my overall feelings of the jam in general. I'm very happy with how the jam went, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll play another game first. This is Furniture Genius. This was a really cool little idea. So I need to open this in Firefox, because it's not a downloaded one. Firefox. I am the Firefox that burns a hole in the chicken coop. Let's run this game. I do this simply because usually Chrome has problems running running any browser-based game for me anyway. So yeah, the idea of this game is, oh, Locke, you're heading to bed. Thank you for stopping by as always, my friend. I'll hopefully see you again soon. We're gonna have some more streams coming up in the next near future. A bit more relaxed with our streaming schedule in general. I will be as well. But we're gonna have some good times coming, my friend. Good to see you. While this game loads, it's taking its time. While it's loading, I'll talk about it a little bit. So the basic idea of this game is, hey, there's a bunch of furniture arranged into blocks, kind of like Tetris pieces, somewhat, and you have to fill them into an area and fit them in, basically like a kind of a jigsaw puzzle. It's essentially how it works, but it works really well. It feels satisfying. The graphics look cool. Takes ages to load, so maybe we'll come back to this one in a minute. Let's move on to a different one. StarLink Uprising. No, I'll come back to that in a minute, because that one will take a while to play through, and I want to give that a little bit of time to talk about. But here we have Spacetime Rally. So this was by Petit Pois, who's an awesome user who I've played a bunch of their games in the past, from Looting Dares and other things. But this one was really fun, really simple, but really fun. Let me open this up here, and we'll take a little play of it. I'm going to play the post-jam version, which I haven't had a chance to look at yet, but we'll see how this goes. Do I remember what the controls are? Let's find out. So spacebar, accelerate, arrow keys, turn left and right. Yeah, nice and simple. Ooh, is this game loading for me? Uh-oh, it seems like it immediately quit. Oh, here we go, here we go. Spacetime Rally. Play it. Oh look, there's a little spaceship cursor now. Control space, accelerate, left and right, turn left and right, pause, escape. Oh, we've got controller support now by the looks of it, maybe. See if this works. Oh, we do. Okay. Complete a lap in under 15 seconds. So, look at this. Oh, look at this. There's some new effects and things. So, this is so simple. Huh. So, oh, we can go to a new track. Oh my god, there's new tracks in this. In the original Jam version, there was only one track. This is really simple, but I don't know what it is about it. It's quite satisfying. The controls like feel really nice. The ship is really kind of spinny and glidey, but I really like how that works. It feels nice as you're spinning around. I actually think in this version of it, they've lessened the amount of spinning and slidiness that the ship has, which is actually a little bit not as much fun for me personally. This wasn't the Game Jam version, so this wasn't the version that I voted on. But in other ways, it's obviously improved because now we got some more laps and stuff. But it's so simple. Like, obviously the art style is nice and simple. There's not crazy stuff going on, but I really like it. There's just something about it which just makes me go, this feels satisfying. I would play more of this game. If the tracks were a bit wider, it would feel nicer too, especially with the slidiness of the ship. If you had a bit more space to, like, for example, in the corners, if I get into the corner here, up here and I come down to the corner and I turn to slide around it, and instead of hitting the wall, if there was a whole bunch of space like down in this area here for me to do an extra bit of a slide and drift around, that would feel really good, and it would be pretty satisfying, especially if you could have like a little bit of, I know you're a spaceship, but if you could somehow have some like brake trail coming out of it, that would be pretty good. Oh, I took a lap in under 20 seconds. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. Micro Machines. Yeah, it does kind of remind you a bit of Micro Machines, which is obviously not a bad thing or anything. Can I do 20 seconds? That's the question. Oh, I didn't even notice. Oh, look. Okay, so I was too busy. I have my microphone slightly in front of my screen, so I didn't actually realize that there's a mini map in the bottom right corner. I could not see that. Let's do that. Oh, I missed the time thing. Oh, I missed another time thing. Oh, I'm never going to complete this lap in time. So, lap number 3 is going to be the charm, right? I like the use of the mini map. Oh, you need to get all the time capsules. I forgot that's what I'm supposed to do. Ow. Oh no, I can't. This is not going to be a sub 20-second lap, I don't think, somehow. 2 more back here. And just the amount, there's like just the right amount of bounce off the. Oh god, am I stuck on this wall? Uh-oh, I'm stuck. Oh no, there's no reverse button. Oh no. I kind of wiggle myself, will I get through the wall? Oh, I got out. Somehow I got out. Get this last time capsule. There we go. Now we can get to the end. If you let go of acceleration, yep, it does. I'm going to let go. Drive, let go. Whee. There is a bit of nice little drift to it like that. Now what's also interesting is there's a few games that had this kind of a bit of momentum to them, and I wasn't always a fan of them in every game in the jam because it doesn't work in every situation. You know, sometimes a lot of games you want precision in your controls, but with a game like this, the fluid movement actually works really well in its favor. But well, I'm not going to get under 20 seconds here either. Oh, I'm never going to do it. But there you go. That's Spacetime Rally. Really cool. Oh, this menu doesn't work. Uh-oh. I can retry. What if I use my pause menu? Menu. Nope, menu doesn't work. Unfortunate. But that's okay. But yeah, that was cool. I very much enjoyed that. So let's go back here then to Furniture Genius. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did we just get an Honest Dan raid? Did I not get a raid notification? Oh no. Dan. Partly. Well, thank you. Thank you for passing on that message. How is everybody doing? Welcome along. I'm playing through some of the games from the recent GamesPlusJam. Playing through some of my favorites, talking about them, and giving away a Udemy course to everyone whose games I super enjoyed. All these games that I'm going to be playing today are all going to get a free course. Hello to Honest Dan, Heffu, Rubik's Cube, Lucky Feathers, Ursa Games, Malaz Bixie, Chris Barto, JWH, JSP. So many people. Read it. Read the raid message. Wait. He's honestly raiding with Ron Dan, but he's still streaming, so it's not really a raid. But he saw you online and wanted to show you some love. Dan, I'm too silly. I don't read things. How was I supposed to know that I should read it? Fake raid. Fake raid. Oh my god, Dan. I don't appreciate the fake raids. You got my hopes up so high and then you immediately dashed them. Dashed they were. Enjoy your stream, Dan. Thank you for coming in to say hello. I appreciate it. So let's jump into Furniture Genius then, which is pretty damn cool. Look at this. Look at all this stuff going on here. So as I said, this game, you've got these bits of furniture that act kind of like blocks. Their new game. H2. There's a little help menu. So we can rotate them with R and mirror them as well. So the idea is you have to get these into place. Now, I'm probably not going to solve this puzzle very well as we do this because I am terrible at these things. But as you can see, so you can get this nice little L block. Let's see, where would this be? There we go. I can put that here, maybe. Here. Ursa, thank you for the follow. Oh my god, did a bunch of people follow and I didn't notice? There we go. Look at all this. Chris Barto followed, Rubik's Cube, The Artifacts, Azrael Studio, Ursa Games. Thank you all for the follows. You are all amazing people of wonderfulness. I heard noises in the background. I was like, what is that noise? But it turned out it was my stream. Twitch is so unreliable, Ursa. You can't rely on it at all. How are you, my friend? If you don't know Ursa Games, everybody, he streams a bunch of coolness, as well as working on like Ludum Dare games himself. I would 100% recommend follow. When is GamesPlusJam 3? I don't know yet, Lacko. We got to give it some time. We'll talk about that in a little bit, maybe. So as you can see, this is pretty simple. It's just moving and placing different blocks around, but there's also something very satisfying about it. Also, I'm terrible at it. As you can see, look, none of this stuff is going to fit in. Where's this guy going to go? That doesn't make any sense, James. What are you doing? I'm not going to try and solve a puzzle live on stream because that's not going to end up well for anybody. Nobody's going to enjoy that. Well, apart from people who will be laughing at me for doing so terribly at solving puzzles. Because it's hard to do it on a stream. Look, now where does this guy go? Here? But then nothing else fits. Oh no, what do we do? That's okay. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's a really cool game. It's a really cool idea, and hence it's one of my favorite entries of the whole jam. Ando, you're off. Thank you for being cool and being awesome. Oof. What's the oof? Kind of looks like Sims. It does kind of have that style, I would agree. Ryuk. Stay alive for longer than Dan. He really do it. That makes sense, Chris. That makes sense. Yeah, that's Furniture Genius. A pretty darn cool little entry by itself. What's next? So, StarLink Uprising. StarLink Uprising was a really cool idea, and it's so relaxing. This is probably the game that I played the most of, simply because it takes a long time. This are Heroes Path, but not like you get the idea of this game quite quickly. Let's just jump into it. There's no point me just talking about it. Let's jump into it. StarLink Uprising. We'll play the latest version. Boom. Ryuk. Oh no, that's not the right one. That's not the right one at all. Man. Do. I just pasted that in without even thinking about it. There we go. There's the list of the pages or the games, Ryuk, so you can jump in. No, Lacko, you can't. I have to go and log in as FriendObot myself to be able to respond, I'm afraid. Okay, let's jump back into StarLink. So, what I was trying to say was, this game is so relaxing and just super chilled out, but also really satisfying. So, you just follow these instructions, nice and simple. WSD to move. There we go, we can move around. We can Q and E to rotate. Whee! Look at me spin. Look at me spin around. Left click to shoot. Fire my little laser. And you can see on my mini-map, there's things flying around. So let's go over and find this guy. Look, there's a little ship. He's going to fire some rockets at me, so I can shoot those rockets. And then all you do is destroy the enemies or the little asteroids that are flying around. You just destroy them, and as they get destroyed, they drop all these bits. Collect those bits. I'm going to get this guy. The little flashy bit is like the heart of it, so if you can destroy that, it destroys the whole thing. As you can see, now we've got a message, hey, press B to build. So if I press B, it opens up this menu. So now I can add on something extra here. I don't have enough to do anything else, but I'm going to kill some more things and then be able to add some more weapons. And that's basically the loop of the game. You kill stuff, and then you add more weapons to your guys. Bigger, more powerful enemies start to spawn as you go. If you can just shoot the center, that'll destroy the whole thing, but sometimes it's better to just take out the weapons as well. Look, now I can get all this stuff. Om nom 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 nom. Pretty satisfying to collect all that stuff because it goes om nom nom. I've noticed that it doesn't seem to do that from the game itself. It seems to just make me do it. It's got this hold on me. If I add this guy here, now I've got 2 lasers. 2 lasers for double the power. And even more quickly destroy this asteroid. Boom, I gotcha. Now I can eat more bits. But as you add more things, as you add more weapons, you need more power. So I try and add... I think I should get enough here to add another weapon on. Yeah. So I'll add a panel here. Add another weapon on. You can see now it has this little red dot, and that red dot means that it doesn't have enough power to fire. If I wave this around, you can see I've still only got my two little lasers. Oh, don't you hit me. So if things run into you as well, if these asteroids run into you, they'll do damage to your elements. I got it, all them. So now I still haven't got enough power there, so I need more power, and I need one of these guys to do it, but I need 30 bits of junk to get that, so wait for more. Let's see if I can find an enemy to explode. This is a bit more satisfying. 2 guys over here. Whoa! Oh god, he's got a laser too! Oh no! Get away from me with your laser! That was close. Oh, didn't mean to run into him. Destroy him. So there's multiple ways you can deal with these guys. If you take out their little solar panels, oh god, avoid all these things. If you take out their little solar panels, they run out of power, so they can't shoot their weapons. Or if you just take out their weapons, then they're kind of out of luck that way as well. Oh no, I bumped. I should have enough money now to buy. Oh no, he's got a laser too. Ah. So when they've got scary lasers, it's very scary. So you can see now his solar panels got destroyed. So now he's just kind of drifting there. He has no power to move. He has no power to fire his weapons. Just a sitting duck for me to go pew pew pew, and then I got him. Now if I build on under a little wing, boom. Now my guns are all powered up, and boom, I got 3 lasers. Have fun. So I can destroy this guy really quickly. Whoa, rocket. Boom. And that's basically the loop of the game. And obviously you can design a pretty cool ship if you want to. The ship I made just ended up being like a big ball of various elements just sticking out all over the place with no real design to it. But it was fun. That was the important thing. Also, the music in this game is very, very relaxing. So as I said, it's a fun game to just kind of chill out and just play a little bit. I could honestly really see this as a full game being good. Like, the more elements you could add to your ship, and I don't know, maybe having some kind of overarching story, but you wouldn't really want to constrain it too much. But I think this is a really satisfying game and quite a good bit of fun to play. Okay, so next up then is Hero's Path. Hero's Path was a really, really cool idea. So this is a turn-based kind of action space management, battle management game. I don't know how you describe it. Let's go and play it a little bit here. So it's also got a pretty cool little story to it. It's got some good writing. It's got some really fancy, like... Say it, I don't want it to be scanned. Oh no. Ay. Sometimes antiviruses are great, like, but sometimes they're kind of annoying. So I have to wait for that to be approved now for me to be able to play that game. Okay, let's go and play the original version of it. So that was... Oh, I don't have it anymore. I deleted it and downloaded the latest update. Ay. Zordon, what do we do? AVG going ham, yeah. Work now? No, more details. Run anyway. There we go. That's what I want to see. I played this already, and it worked perfectly fine. I'm not worried about that. The golden age of the Human Federation, the city of Sydney was victim of a terrible raid, killing thousands of innocent peoples and weakening the fate of the people to the patricians, the government. It is proven that those who attacked the city were pirates and tried to warn the Earth that they were stronger than ever. Story. In reaction, the government sent a space fleet led by Admiral Kalinov to capture one of their outposts lost between asteroids. Dun dun dun. The music is cool. Listen to this music. Come on, it's not that difficult. I'm not going to read all these things. If you want to engage with this quite cool story, check it out yourself. So this is the gameplay. I've got a little ship here. I've controlled this ship. Basically, you go through. I will get more ships as you continue through this demo, or sorry, through this section. Tutorial. That's the word I was looking for. So at the moment, I can. How do I go? Where do I go? Oh, I ended the turn by accident. There we go. I was meant to move. There we go. If I move my little ship over to here, maybe we're not doomed. Now I can shoot this target. Pew! We did it. We destroyed it. And basically, this is the gameplay loop. You fly your little ship around and shoot at the enemies, and then continue on. And it's a turn-based thing, so each ship gets to move in turn as you're going. Oh my god, Tober Prime! Thank you for that epic raid of epicness. How are you doing, my friend? I hope your stream was good. Oh, hi, Tober. Sorry, my mind went blank there for a second. Tober, how are you doing, my friend? As I said, I hope your stream went well. Everybody, if you're not already following the epic Tober Prime, I'm pretty certain I have a Tober command, don't I? Yeah, I do, boy. There we go. Savage the Shard of Gosen, which is hopefully coming to early access soon. Gonna be awesome. But anyway, yes, go follow Tober Prime and make sure you watch his stream because he's a handsome and very nice guy. Your brains have been cooking in the heat? No, that's not fun. There's been a lot of heat here for the last month, which is finally starting to fade away. But yeah, for the end of this month, early access. Woo! Early access hype. So yeah, let's continue playing a little bit more of this. So as I said, you take it in turns. Now let's skip through this little dialogue. I got the end of that ship. If I press space, I think it ends my turn. Yeah. You can see these little bars represent your turn going up. So this is how you know, hey, it's nearly my turn, because this bar is nearly full. The same for the enemies. As their little meter fills up, comes their turn. So now I can fly my big ship around. Fly up to here. Blah, blah, blah. Things are happening. Oh, no. Cancel. Don't want to fire. Go up here. Range so I can shoot this guy. Boom. Shoot. Fun. So much fun. And that's basically it. So like, this game becomes like a tactical thing of you need to position your ships so that the enemies can't necessarily shoot them super well. And then you need to position your ship so that you can take out the enemy as best you can. It's pretty good. It was a really cool idea and it's executed very well. There's lots of cool things that happen like as you switch around. What's this guy doing? Oh, I didn't end my turn. Lots of cool things happen as you switch around. You can see the big things flash up on screen. There's a few other kind of like messages that pop up that are really snazzy looking. Reminds me kind of Persona for some reason, the way they work. But this game is really cool. I definitely 100% recommend you go and check this one out because it's well worth played, and I'm really impressed with how much they got in the jam time. So there you go. Let's jump out of this then. Like 40 degrees Brexit. 37. 37 is quite hot, Tober Prime. At least you live in a country where like air conditioning exists. Like, it's nowhere near that hot where I am, but I don't have air conditioning, so like air conditioning is not really a thing over here. Anyway, we'll continue on. This is Flood, the Crystal Ninja. This is a really cool idea. So this is by 1890, who submitted the game to like multiple jams. So they did it in the weekend of at the start of the jam, but it's pretty cool. And they did incorporate the team nicely because you have to use the space bar is like core mechanic of the game. Is space is basically your only thing to do. Let's jump into it. But I don't know how the alphabet works. Flood, the Crystal Ninja. Electric Bill, Stupid Hide. Yeah, well, there's that, I suppose. So the idea with this game is you can move left and right, and you press space to fire a grappling hook. And that's it. That's all there is. You can move around in the air, you can let go at various times to let go of your grapple. But that's it. Nice and simple. There's no jump. There's only this grapple mechanic, which is pretty cool. I also really, really like this interactive menu. The only I can't click on anything here. The only way to change settings, like turn off music, is to use your grapple. You can make it full screen or not. Let's leave it full screen. And then we can continue on and play the game. Let's run in. So you're running away from this big thing here. I will say I did not get very far in this game simply because I was too stressed. But it's cool. It's really cool. I really like the level design in it. Whoa, whoa. So you can kind of jump around like that. You can keep like grappling higher. While I think it would be kind of cool if you could like swing on your grapple, I also really appreciate that you can't. I think it's a good design choice that you can't, because it kind of constrains you in a interesting way. You know what I mean? Oh, I died. I'm so bad at this. It's even more, you feel even more pressured when you're streaming. So it makes it even harder. That's my excuse anyway. Oh, I'm so bad at it. Boop. I really like that sound effect too. Oh, I somehow... Oh no, I hit the spikes. I need to at least get past this first bit. This first bit is kind of like one of the first major challenges. Once you get past this bit, there's like an easier bit up ahead. Oh, I'm so bad at like pressing the space bar. No, I don't know what engine this uses. I couldn't tell. Maybe if we go back out again, because Game Maker usually has a more obvious thing, but they've used the custom icon, so I don't know. My guess would be Game Maker, simply because of how it looks, but I don't really know. Here we go. Here we go, we did it. Ooh. Oh, no, I'm dead. Okay. You can go up that middle path. Do you mean this bit here? Yeah, I know I know you can. That doesn't mean that I'm very good at it. Oh, I did it! And then I failed. I did it again. Drew, you've inspired me. I knew I could go up there. I was just bad at it. Oh no, I missed everything there. Ooh, whoop. There we go. Oh no! I didn't get into the hole. Come on. Oh no, I gotta be patient. This is really neat. It's a really cool idea, and it plays really well. It's a good challenge. The level design is very, very good. Like you can. That's something I know I struggle with Game Jam games, is like giving time to actually designing my levels. I get too wrapped up in the mechanics of it all, and I never actually spend time on the actual designing of the levels, which is really something that should be prioritized a lot more. Oh no, he hit me! I didn't know that guy was gonna get me. Oh no. And it reminds me of Downwell, but Up, yeah, I can see that. The art style certainly would. Upwell. Wasn't there an Upwell in that Devolver Digital like rip-off games pack that they did? Game Maker or Unity? Yeah, well, it's definitely not Unity because it doesn't have all the Unity files in the folder, so I know that much I do know. But look, my best is 2 crystals. Isn't that just terrible? I'm gonna have one more go. This is also one of those games that makes you go, I'll just have one more little go. And then you take like 5 more goes. Oh, there we go. Hey, look at this bit. This bit is nice and easy. I just fell down. And that's it. See? So then we're just back to looping around again. Oh, and then I died. But there you go. It's so simple, but also really, really cool. Like, I really like it. It's a cool idea for a game, and it works. It works really, really well. Let's exit. What a cool way to end your game. So yeah, it's just got these two files, data.win and flood.exe. So I don't know what this is made in, but all I do know is it's fun. I think my best was 3, which isn't much better. Woo! Well, I just matched you then, Drew. Shooty boots. I don't know what that. Oh, in the Devolver bootleg. Yeah. I get you. I feel like I saw an Upwell somewhere though. Anyway, continuing on. Next up here we have Space Rodeo. This is a cool idea. Whoever made this should polish it and try to make something out of it. The Flood, yeah, I would agree with Jiziak. I could definitely see something more being made of that. But also, I don't know how you would expand on that core mechanic to fill out a whole game. As a Game Jam game, it works really well because all you're expecting out of a Game Jam game is like maybe a 10-minute gameplay experience. So in a 10-minute gameplay experience, that little grappling hook isn't going to wear out its welcome, and you can feel there's a good challenge there for you to go through. But in a more fully featured game, I feel like that grappling mechanic could become a little bit of a burden. I don't know. Friendabot thinks the jam is going. Friendabot thinks a lot of things that aren't right. Let's play a bit of Space Rodeo here. So Space Rodeo is a really cool concept. Open it up. It's a cool little combination of a couple of things. So there's like a bit of a rhythm game to it, but then there's also a cool little jumping thing. Let's jump. Let's go for level 2. There's a cool dialogue system that works nicely. I'm gonna skip through it, obviously. Let's go. So I need to. So yeah. So there's a little bit of platforming here. I need to jump onto this little guy, and then I need to play a rhythm game to stay on him. Jump on here. But we've got low gravity because we're in space. Oh, I missed it. I immediately missed one. So when you fail the rhythm game, you get thrown up into the air, and then you have to land back on the little guy. But I landed back on his mouth, so he ate me. Let's go back to the main menu, and we'll play the easy guy. This little space bull. Look at his little space helmet. Isn't that pretty good? We've much more generous space here for pressing the buttons in time. I still mess it up though. When you get thrown up, you have to avoid those meteors. Obviously, you've got this little indicator. There we go. Now we're back. Oh my god, I wasn't even looking at the rhythm thing. Okay, so you have to avoid these things. You fall back down nice and slowly. Boom, we're back on track. So you obviously press buttons as they go into this little area here. Nice and simple. Oh, I missed that one. Whoa. Here, Mr. Bull. The only thing I don't understand is sometimes you get thrown up really high from the bull. I don't really know what the difference is there. Whoa, watch out. I don't know what makes you get thrown further. Maybe the longer you stay on it makes you get thrown further. Oh no, I missed. The rider has fallen off. So you have to get score. If we go back to the main menu, I believe you have to get a score of 5,000 or 3,000. If I get 3,000 on level 2, I'll unlock the final stage. Let's try level 2 a bit more. Sometimes try it very high up, and sometimes it doesn't. Is that just it? Is it just random? Oh no, I didn't mean to repeat it. The dialogue is very good. I'm skipping through it here, obviously, but the dialogue in this is also very funny. Whoa, watch out for the... Send the clown to help our partner down. It's good stuff. There we go. Okay, I'm back on safe. Oh, that one is so tight. The timing on that is so tight, it's quite hard. Oh, it's going slower this time. Oh, maybe not. Oh no, it speeded up. Avoid that mouse. Ah, no. I just pressed the wrong button. I just pressed random buttons. I asked the developer, I don't think they replied. I get you, Drew. I got 2,000. Can I get to 3,000? That's the real question. Oh no! Oh, this is gonna end up badly for me. I'm right in the meteor range. No, it was so close. There you go. That's Space Rodeo. It's really fun. It's funny. It's well written. It's got a lot of cool things going on. There's definitely, you can see there's been work put into all the mechanics. You assume it is random? Yeah, I think so too. Reminds me of Newgrounds games. Yeah, it does kind of. Just everything in it works nicely. You know, there's nothing really in this game that I would say, hey, that needs to be improved. As a standalone little game, it works perfectly fine. Everything in it works. And as I said, the dialogue is really good, so it makes it funny and it makes the whole experience fun because of that. The only thing maybe I change is make the timing a little bit easier on the jumps, but then the levels would become too easy, you know? Sometimes you get thrown very high and you have rocks coming from left and right. Yeah, I know. We'll give it one more go. We'll have one more go. One more little go. Look at that guy. He wants to destroy me. Just mean. Uh-oh. Can't eat me. Oh, I pressed. So one of the other things with it is up and down on that little thing come in from the same place. So it's hard to know whether it's an up or a down coming in. It's really hard when you have to tell quickly, is it up or down? It's hard. Oh jeez, he hit me. Hey, you space clown, you didn't go to the right place at all. Darn space clowns. You can never trust a space clown. That's what, I always say that. Never ever trust a space clown. There you go. Space Rodeo is a lot of fun. It's a really cool game. It's a cool concept and it works really nicely. And you can see in the voting, it didn't win any categories, but in terms of innovation, it was number 2. Well deserved because it is very innovative. The combo of those two things is really interesting kind of juxtaposition. So then finally we have Leave Me Alone by Lurkin McLurkin, which, so I know Lurkin only found out about the jam with like maybe 24 hours left to go. So that did, and not that they spent 24 hours on the game either. Like, he ran it, didn't know about the game, but he still wanted to do something, which I really appreciate. He wanted to make a short game, and he did make a short game in a short amount of time. But the core mechanic and feeling of this works really well. Let me load up the game here. Alone. This is a Game Maker one. You got a very high score on that one? Well, aren't you very fancy, Drew? Press jump to start. Jump. So this is what we have. We got our little guy here. How do I... Oh no, I can't remember how to do my... I can't remember how to use my shield. Oh no, I should have read the controls. Go to the game page so I can look at the controls. Space. Oh yeah, I can use the Xbox controller. That's what I'm missing. I knew I had played it and it was like pretty easy to use, but I couldn't remember then. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this again. Let's just do this one more time here. There we go. Now we can jump. So this is the idea. You got this little shield to knock these guys back. Boo! You can just knock them out of the way. It feels really satisfying to knock them back. It's got a good kind of weight to hitting them. The idea is you knock them back. If you hit them against either a bit of the wall or each other, they should get destroyed. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. If they land on the ground, as you can see there, they're perfectly fine. They don't come chasing after you again. This. And then the idea is in each round, you get a random like power up. that only lasts for the length of that round. Oh, something happened there. I didn't see what it was. Is that a follow? Ooh, I need to learn what my follow sounds are again. I think that the character's angry. So the story behind the game is that your little guy is just grumpy and wants to be left alone. He doesn't like all these people coming to try and be friends with him. So the way you win the game is by repelling all these people away who want to be your friend, which I thought was a cool little idea. If you die, so you run out of health, you become happy because these people have become your friend. So your goal of getting all these annoying people away from you has failed, so you're now a happy person, which I thought was a good idea. The core connection to the theme is that they're trying to invade your personal space. See, look at my big happy smile now. Oops, you've been converted. You repelled 52 friendships. I just thought that was like funny and good, like core idea, and how that relationship applies to the game is really good. And with that theme to the game, if I quit out of it here, because you have to quit out to restart. Quit out and restart. There's a way to cheese the game that you can easily win, is to just hide in a corner here. So these little yellow areas the guys can't come into and can't hurt you. So I can just stand in this corner and keep attacking the enemies that come near me. Which, when you consider that the story behind the game is actually really good. So the best way for you to avoid friendships is to hide in a corner and repel anyone who comes near you. Anyone who tries to be your friend, get away. I'm going to hide in my corner where you can't come and interact with me, which I thought was fantastic. It's like a great little message in the game. I don't know. It just worked really well for me, and that's why I chose it as one of my favorite entries in the jam. Just cool stuff. Just really cool. Your enemies are actually nice. Exactly. Yeah. The enemies are nice, friendly people that you're trying to keep away. And there's cool little power-ups. There's ones that like will destroy everyone on the screen. Sometimes you get one that'll create a gigantic shield. There's I got the shield radius plus there, so I got like a slightly bigger shield. There's one power-up that does something really cool, which I can't remember now. So that's great of me to talk about. Shield CD minus? I don't know what. Oh, cooldown minus. Yes, that's what. Look at me go. Wee! Look at this. Oh, if I could juggle people, that would be great. But yeah, so this entry was only made in a few hours, which I really appreciate, and it was really cool. And there you go. Those are all my favorite entries. I'm going to close out of this. Those are all my favorite entries to the jam. I'm going to just quickly run through them again. So the Realm of the Dead is my pick for my favorite game, which that person will be getting, or the developer of this, someone will be getting all my Udemy courses, or a free copy of all my Udemy courses. We then have everybody else here that I'm about to mention will all get one course of mine of their choosing. We have Furniture Genius by Cryoscopic E, Spacetime Rally by Petit Pois, StarLink Uprising by Max Schmoker. I'm sure I'm going to butcher all these names. Heroes Path by Jules Rual. I'm so bad at names. Flood, the Crystal Ninja by 890, or at Cramening. Space Rodeo by Utsar. Leave Me Alone by Lurkin McClurkin. All those awesome games. Never did get through all the games, sadly. That's okay, Drew. They're still there to play. They're still available to have some fun with. Paul, Adam, how are you getting on, my friend? Good to see you again. Have a drink of water. So those were all amazing, awesome games. And obviously also Cyberswap would be on my list of those cool games. Tied with The Realm of the Dead for my favorite game of the jam. But that was voted number 1 by the community. So Cyberswap developer Tozo4316 will also be getting a copy of all my Udemy courses for free. To do with what they will. So I'm going to play a little bit of this as well in a few minutes. You never got to see my finished game, Ryok? You know, I'll play a little bit of my game. Actually, I did a little bit of an update to that as well. Like, there's a slightly updated version on Twitch, on itch. I mean, we'll play a bit of Cybersop first, and then we'll have a little show off of my game. I was happy with my game. I was pretty good. You're good, Paul Adam. Excellent. How was everyone? I'm good. That's what I know. GamesPlusJam 2 went really well. Paul, I didn't have time to check out your game, I'm afraid. I know you messaged me a link to it. Feel free to link it in chat there now. But I do want to check it out. I just haven't had time. I'm sorry. you know how these things go. So, just overall thoughts on GamesPlusJam 2. First of all, as I said, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing everyone's games. It was really, really good. I think the 1 week jam format didn't work as well as just doing it in a weekend. Making some pixel art, Drew, nice. Didn't work as well as doing it in one weekend. We had basically the same number of people joined the jam, but slightly less people submitted. And I think that's because when you're given a week like that, I feel like you go, oh, I could get so much done in this week. And I feel like people gave them, procrastination being part of a bindle stick, I would agree. But people like say, oh, I can get so much done this week. And then they put lots on themselves to get done in a game jam. And then what ends up happening is, oh, I get halfway through the week, I'm not going to get all this stuff done. I'm just not going to finish my game. I feel like that happened with a few people. I know there was loads of cool entries that I saw updates on during the week, whether on Discord or like posting during the streams, that unfortunately those games never came out. Those games didn't get done, didn't get done in time, or they wanted to add too much in, and then they felt like their scope was too big and they weren't able to fit it all in. People tried to do too much, yeah, which is unfortunate. Like that happens. There's nothing you can do about that. But I think maybe if we're going to do a GamesPlusJam 3, which I don't know when that will be or anything like that, I'm not going to commit to anything there. But if we do another GamesPlusJam, it'll probably be back to doing it in a weekend, because I think the weekend format works a little bit nicer. And I think the idea of doing a week, in my head anyway, was to allow people to have time to, hey, not everybody can do it in a weekend. Have a week. If you can fit in a weekend's worth of game dev in that time, go for it, and it'll be really cool. But I think that had the negative side effect, like I said, of people scoping their games too big and then not necessarily getting it done in time. Oh, Paul, there's your game. Awesome. I'm going to open this up here, and I'm going to check that out a little bit later. I'm going to put it off to the side so I remember to check it out when I get a chance. You're still working on your one game, have been pretty steady since after the game jam. Cool, Drew. That's awesome. Timix, hello. Petty, I don't know if you were here, but I did mention your game is one of my selections of my favorite games. Oh, that's not the right one. There we are. No, that's not the right one either. Where are we? There we are. Your game was one of my favorites. So you will get a copy of any of my Udemy courses if you should want any of them. A copy of one for free. The someone. Yes. Where are we? There we are. The Realm of the Dead. Apparently I made your favorite game. How is this going to work? I'll contact you after stream, someone, and I'll if you're probably on Twitter, I'd say. And if you want a free copy of all my courses to use yourself or to give away to someone else, if you want to, you'll get them all. I have to say, someone, if you, I think you've only just joined the stream, but if you go back in the VOD afterwards, I talked about your game and the reasons why I enjoyed it so much. It's a really good entry, and I'm very, very happy that you submitted your game to the jam. Thank you very much for taking part. So I'm going to jump in and play a little bit of Cyberswap here, which was the community voted favorite game. Heard about this because of refraction. Nice. Are we playing? No, not planning. Oh, going to wrong folders. Cyberswap. So we're going to play a bit of Cyberswap here. As I said, this is the community voted #1 game. I believe Realm of the Dead was pretty high on the ranking list as well. Ooh, that's the bottom of the list. Are we? Oop. Well, I suppose I could just look at the page. There we go. The overall ranking. Oh, it was only number 10. I'm actually surprised. I don't know. People, I don't know how it's overall number 10, but it's my overall number 1. Theme use, which is second last. Yes, simply, yeah, that's probably what dragged it down, actually. The overall ranking then was dragged down by that. Attempted driving game with virtually no time to make it. Glad to have managed to submit it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, but I don't know. There was just something about it that felt good to control. As I said, if you go back in the VOD after the stream is over, or I'll be uploading this to YouTube as well. If you go back, I talked about all my favorite games, and I played all of them a little bit, so you can see what my thoughts were on the game too. So yeah, let's jump into Cyberswap here for a little bit and talk about how good this game also was. Look at that cool logo fade. The core concept idea of this is really cool. You switch places with other items. So I switched places with that bomb to get me out of that little prison. The bomb also blew up the wall, which taught me, hey, these bombs can blow up walls. So if I swap that around, I'll blow up this one here. So I did play through this game on stream. Well, I played some of it on stream. I got stuck on level 12, I believe, that's fine, you know. Boom, get up to here, and then these around. Let's hit that. Laser hits the button, and here we go. You enjoyed Realm of the Dead 2, Drew? Good, I should hope so. Pop this here. So this is a very simple little mechanic, but it works really well. Oh no. So I need to time this so the bullet will fly out and hit that button here. No, I'm really bad at it. Timing is always my failure in life in general. No, that was too low, wasn't it? There we go, that should hit it. No, it's too high! My other problem in life, getting too high. No, not really. Oh god, I just hit that with my own head. Oh, that looked good, that looks good. Yay, I did it, I opened the door, now I need to get back up there. Boom. 5. Hey. You're meant to like switch these things around, I think, with this one, but I just kind of tricked my way into winning that one. So what do we do here again? This guy, no. Here. This guy, boom. Yeah, here. There we go. All the doors open. Boom. I respect people who make puzzles. I have no idea how to come up with it. Yeah, I haven't made enough puzzle games in my games in general. I need to do some more puzzly games. Maybe the next game jam I take part in. Oh no, I can't remember. There was something. Can't remember what the tactic was for beating this level. Uh-oh. Okay, I unlocked that door. Now I... I need to go up here, and boom. Here. Uh-oh. This was made in a week. Yes, it was, Rick. No, I didn't make it out in time. Anyway, I'm not gonna keep banging my head against the wall here because I'm terrible at this. I'm so bad at playing these things live. This is why I'm a game development streamer and not a game playing streamer in general on Twitch. Yeah. But there you go. That was Cyberswap. It's pretty obvious why it was voted #1 by the community. I already completed this level as well, by the way. I've already done this. So, you know, go back and watch that video, right? Yeah, like, graphically, this is really cool. I love the art style of it. I love the whole vibe of it. The music is really good. The gameplay is so good. The puzzles are well thought out and well designed. And just overall, it's fantastic. It was made by 2 people, I believe. Tazo and Tazo's brother, I believe. I could be wrong, but you know me. I'm 100% right all the time. But there you go. That's Cyberswap. And that is the results of GamesPlusJam 2. Wow, it was so much fun. I really enjoyed playing all those games, and I really enjoyed streaming during the week of the jam. I do want to do some more streams coming up soon, but we'll talk about that later, some other day. I am going to wrap up the stream here for today, and thank you all for coming by and checking this out. I'll be putting up this on YouTube as well a little bit later. So that'll be going up for everyone to go and check out if they want to too, and check out all the games that did so well. I'll be contacting people a little bit later tonight or early tomorrow about their prize for being my favorites and for winning or being ranked #1 by the community. So fantastic work by everybody. I really appreciate everyone who took part in the jam, and even if you didn't get your game done in time, the fact that you were being involved and having a good time with it is all fantastic. So yeah, let's see if we can find someone to drop a host to. Find window. Who's live that we're following? Let's go drop a real host to Honest Dan instead of these fake hosts that he does. So we need a raid message. Give me 1 second here. Boop 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 boop. /raid. Honest Dan Games. We're gonna go and raid Dan in a few moments, and when we get there, type into chat. I'm gonna type this. Type this /me. Here comes James with a real raid. Because Dan sent a fake raid our way because he was in the middle of his stream. So we're going to send a real raid his way because we're cool like that. If there's a normal raid message, you can send that or send this message. So you get, if you just copy the /me onwards, when you paste it in, it'll come up with all this lovely colorful writing. Yeah, see? So when we jump in there, drop that message into Dan's chat, and we'll make fun of him for being sneaky, tricky, tricky raid chatter.